Welcome to day 17 of 40 Days of Grace, and today I want to teach about sufficient grace. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9 says, "My grace is sufficient for you." The word sufficient is the Greek word archeia, and it means to be enough, to aid and assist, and to satisfy. God's goodness, loving kindness, favor, and goodwill toward us with his greatest intentions for us is unfailing when we fail, strength when we're weak, fuel when we're exhausted, resolve when we feel like giving up, and clarity when we may feel confused. The word archeia refers to a grace that brings contentment and serves as a defense that wards off evil forces in their attempt to prevail against us. Paul referenced that he had a thorn in the flesh. Scholars have suggested it may have been a physical ailment, particularly his failing eyesight that could have inhibited his vision, or his enemies, the Judaizers, who were attempting to assassinate him, that strove against him by going behind him to convince his disciples that his teaching grace wasn't the gospel, but that these believers needed to revert to the law of Moses for salvation and as a standard and state of righteousness. But regardless to what his thorn in the flesh may have been, he understood that he had enough grace to satisfy him, sustain him, make him content, that would be used as a defense mechanism to ward off enemies in the visible and invisible realms. This grace could never be exhausted because it came from Christ, who was the source, dispenser, giver, epitome, human demonstration of grace as Jesus in his earthly ministry, and the Spirit of grace, which is the Holy Spirit within. In conclusion, it is our faith that recognizes or causes us to awaken to the grace that is within us, that revitalizes us, renews us in our divine purpose. With this grace, we can never give up, never give in, never get out, because his grace is sufficient. Therefore, we are sufficient, and we are forward ever and backward never. Join us tomorrow for day 18 as we continue our journey of 40 Days of Grace. We bid you peace.